Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sully, and today we're going to be doing a review on Made Man. This is a collaboration with Bath Beach Jury, Shave Dad. He's in charge of the Shave Dad group on Facebook in Vanulay, and is exclusively sold at the wet shaving store. So we're going to be using that and talking about that. Let's get into the shave. So before we get started, I just want to show you, this is pretty interesting. That is the pour. Almost looks like a Monica at Vanulay is using baker's tool or something to get this kind of star shape. But this is modeled after mafioso, made men, that rose through the ranks of the mafia. Obviously you could tell there's a guy smoking a cigarette. He's dressed in, some sort of suit with a nice hat. And there's a barber pole here, which signifies that this is a barber shop. And it represents the Brooklyn barbershops back in the 70s. So while I get this lathered up, we will talk about it. And I will describe the scent notes and everything. Today we're going to be going with the Blackbird Titanium. Thank you to Jet Maneuvers, Chris Smith. I'll be shooting my review on that in the coming days, so that'll be posted soon. And the blade we're going to be going with my favorite blade, the Gillette Platinums. Still my favorite blades, although the Permasharp comes in second and the Wismet Super Iridium comes in third. The bowl for today, you guys have seen this. This is the Life and Death exclusive bowl from Langley City Shave Shop. Love this honeycomb design. Just makes whipping up a lather so easy, especially when you're trying a new soap. I have used the Vanulay soaps before, so I am familiar with the base. And yeah, let's do this. It is a little bit harder of a soap. I mean, it's not really hard. You can kind of mash it down very easily, but it's not a crope, it's not a cream. That should be enough. Take a little extra just in case. My experience with Vanulay, I did a video using the Vanulay menthol dots, and while I didn't find the menthol dots, I did find them to be particularly strong, but I did not like how they basically killed the lather. So when I used the Vanulay soap by itself, it produced a great lather using that much. And the brush we're going to go with today, you know what, let's go with this. It'll match the bowl. The Life and Death Turnings by Tansy #2 of 8 brush with a G5C knot. So I'm very familiar with this brush, so it'll be really simple to tell how good the lather is once we get going. So I'm not soaking the brush, I'm just wetting it and then squeezing a little bit out. And let's get lathering. Now the scent is really nice, in my opinion. It is, like I said, reminiscent of a Brooklyn barbershop back in the 70s. And the scent profile is a classic barbershop with talcum powder, oak moss, labdanum, wintergreen, leather, and a touch of tobacco. It is definitely a dark barbershop. If you like tobacco or any of those style darker barbershops, it is definitely one of those. It is not a light and powdery barbershop. It is not a citrusy barbershop. It's not a Seville Barrister Man. It's not a Bricktown Grooming Lafayette. It's definitely dark. Almost fruity in a way. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting scent. And you can see how easy it is to whip up this lather, especially with the bowl, the Langley City Shave Shop bowl. In the G5C knot, which is my favorite synthetic knot. I've got a couple of other ones that are synthetic, but really none of them compare to the G5C. Very nice lather so far. Nice sheen to it. Not a lot of bubbles. For a pre-shave cleansing, I'm just going to use the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Cube. I like a nice creamy consistency, because then it just makes it easier and less chance of having the razor skip. Now I should have asked Monica, I'm not sure if Vanillé soaps are made to be used with pre-shaves, like pre-shave oils. I know Shave Dad made a pre-shave oil, but I don't use pre-shave oils. The only one I use and have used on occasion is the Fred Gentleman's Knot pre-shave oil. I'm not a particular fan of oils, but in fact I don't like using pre-shaves, period, pre-shave application, period, because I want to experience the soap base as is without any assistance. So, Blackbird, let's go, first pass. The scent, I would say, as far as strength, there isn't that much residual slickness in the soap. I was just having a conversation with somebody about how I personally don't care that much about residual slickness, because I will just lather up again. But they brought up a good point that the thing that makes residual slickness is also the same thing that gives a really good post-shave feel. To an extent, not entirely exclusive. First pass, not bad. Let's rinse off real quick and re-lather. I also like that this soap is very easy to get off. You don't have to sit there for 10 minutes under the water trying to get it off. I'm not going to add any more water to this because I'm pretty sure we've got more than enough water in here. Just going to keep mixing it a little bit. Excellent sheen to that lather. It's a very weird barbershop. And I don't mean weird in a bad way. I mean weird, it's different. I've never smelled a barbershop quite like this. The only thing I can compare it to, like I said, a darker barbershop is like tobacco. If you've had tobacco. All right, across the green. And to me, tobacco is an amazing barbershop. would think with a name like Tobacco that it would be tobacco heavy. It's not. It's just kind of a dark barbershop. In this, I don't pick up a lot of the tobacco either. A little bit of the leather or the labdanum. There's no drag or anything. All right, second pass done. Let's rinse off, lather up, and go for an against the grain third pass. Some soaps tend to also lose their scent as you progress through each pass. This is still maintaining that lovely barbershop scent. So I hope you all have been having great shaves, exploring the many wonderful artisans out in the shave community. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, check out the Shave Migos, at the Shave Migos on Instagram. We've been doing live shows with community guests and artisans alike, and they've been going really well. We've been getting a great reception and a lot of people watching every show. All right, third pass done. Let's just see. Yeah, just a couple spots under the neck. And maybe the one spot on the upper lip. And you can see I'm kind of going at like an angle here with the black line because I think it's too aggressive. Oh, might have got myself. I think it's a little bit too aggressive to go straight up and down against the grain, so I kind of go on an angle. But that's something I'll bring up in the black line review. All right. Okay, Lancaster Razorworks towel. Still the best towel in the game, in my opinion. If you haven't tried one or used one, you need to get one. We just had a drop to support Ukraine. All right, not bad. Just a little pimple here and there. Actually, this is pretty good. Pretty good shave, man. Ah, it smells like Smells like that dark barbershop. I like that. All right, so using the Shave Dad Vanillé Splash Made Man. Ingredients in this: aloe vera witch hazel, abyssinian seed emu red, castor, evening primrose, rose hip oils, comfrey calendula, one of my favorite ingredients, tepe zo sweet, oat marshmallow, green tea extracts, liquid silk, and fragrance. This is 4 ounces, 118 milliliters. And you can see there's some separation here from the oils in the water. It is 70% water, so you do have to mix it. Now, some people will get up in arms about how you shouldn't use a aftershave that requires shaking up or mixing, because basically it's almost like the 2 ingredients are not blending well, and it's basically like rubbing water and oil on your face versus rubbing one cohesive thing on your face. But that's okay. We're going to try it and see how it works. Just got water on my glasses here. It does say shake well, so I'm assuming that, you know, Monica knows that. But I know some people don't know that. And what I'm going to try to do going forward in a lot of these reviews also is I'm going to bust some myths, and I'm sure a bunch of people are going to get mad and say, no, that's not true. But I'm also going to provide scientific facts and research on where I got the things that I'm stating. That way people can fact check me and go see for themselves what some of these ingredients are, what some of the real facts are, and they don't have to question my authenticity, because I really just want to make sure that when I do reviews, I'm giving you factual information, and I'm not just saying something because somebody sent me something. Like I said, I got this for free. This was sent to me by Andy at the Wet Shaving Store in Bath Beach, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry and Andy and Monica. But this was sent to me for review, so I didn't pay for it. But as I always say in every video, that does not sway my opinion on whether I'm going to like something or not, whether I think it's garbage or whether I think it needs improvement. And I'm going to tell it how it is, always 100%. And I know sometimes that's going to irk people because it might be their favorite product, or it might be their favorite artisan or whatever. But I always want to try to be truthful, because I wish I had a bunch of people that were seriously truthful when I first got started. Because you see a lot of these reviewers out there, and I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but I'm just saying, you see a lot of these reviewers out there, they get something free and they shave with it one time, maybe twice, and they're like, oh, this is great. Yes, wonderful. Excellent. Go get it here. And that's it. They don't ever give you facts. They don't ever go into further detail, and they don't ever provide evidence for the things that they're saying. So we're going to do that from now on, just to make sure that you all are getting the best information possible, as well as my opinion, for what that's worth. All right, I think I've shaken this up enough. Let's go ahead and apply it. Oof, that is nice. Nice barbershop. You get a little bit more of the wintergreen notes, a little bit more of the oak moss, and not as much leather in the splash. Splash smells phenomenal. And I definitely get a little bit more of the tobacco here. I get a little more tobacco, a little bit more of the oak moss and labdanum. And it doesn't take too long to rub in either, which I like. I hate splashes where you got to sit there and keep going and going and going and going and going. And I can already feel the calendula making the skin smooth. Something about calendula, I'm not really sure what it is, maybe just the properties of it. Anytime I see a splash with calendula in it, thumbs up, because for me, my skin, I have very oily skin, but for me and my skin, it doesn't make my skin oily after using it. and it also makes my skin super, super soft. Chamomile and calendula are the two main ingredients I look for in splashes nowadays. Yeah. Nice shave. Really nice shave, actually. So, my final thoughts. I think this is actually a pretty good release. I think it really is a pretty good release. I normally, I've had a prior experience with Vanillé, like I said, and I didn't think it was the best, but this actually was pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a really good shave. I thought the properties of the soap worked just fine. They were great for shaving. Not the slickest soap and not the best residual slickness, but like I said, personally, I don't really care that much about residual slickness. As you saw, I'll just lather up again, but some people do. Some people like to do a lot of buffing, and so they really want a super slick soap. And I will update the description to whether or not this is supposed to be used with pre-shave, because I know Shave Dad and Vanillé both have pre-shave oils. But like I said, I'm not a fan of pre-shave oil, but I know some people are, and I know some soaps are specifically made to be used with a pre-shave oil. And I will update the description as to whether or not that is the case with this, but I don't think it is, because I just had a great shave, really close, no scragglies, no like crazy weepers, and the splash is actually pretty good. I mean, for some of the ingredients, it's actually pretty good. It's not overly moisturizing. My face doesn't feel like there's a ton of like liquid or lubrication sitting on it, even though I rubbed it all in. Sometimes some of these splashes, you rub it all in and it still feels like it's way over moisturized. Really smooth, really nice. And I actually dig this release. This is a really good release. The scent, the 70s Brooklyn style barbershop. Good job, Jerry. Good job, Monica. Would I rush out and immediately buy this? Like, you have to get it? I would say if you really, really like barbershops and you love all the different types of barbershops that there are, then yeah, I would definitely go and sign up. I believe there's a pre-order going on right now for the second batch. The first batch sold out within 24 hours, which is awesome. I don't know if there were a lot made. There could have only been 15, but still 15 is, really good. But they're doing another round, so if you sign up for the pre-order, you'll at least be able to get yours. And I definitely think it's worth the money. It was a great shave, and it smells great, and it works great. So what more could you ask for? So yeah, this is my review on Vanillé Shave Dad Made Man, exclusively sold at the Wet Shaving Store. If you're a fan of barbershops, especially dark barbershops, I would definitely say go pick this one up. You won't be disappointed. And don't forget, shave away.